Welcome to War Thunder's dev server. How y'all doing today? Well, dev server's now been up for about a day. And I've taken a look through everything. And the improvements to the F-14 are good. Glad to see them. Upgraded weapons suite. Excellent. Upgraded engines. Excellent. But I didn't get a tingle running down my leg, or a tinkle even. It really, yeah, okay. Yeah, it happened. Germany, Su-22M4. Okay, good deal. Excellent plane. Secondary weapons, R-60 MKs, excellent. Bombs, rockets, guided missiles, guided bombs, gun pods. It's a good addition. Russia, Soviet Union, Su-25T, which, good, okay, I can buy into that. And for some reason, the Su-39. Now, why they've made this a premium, I have no idea other than more money. More money, more money, more money. They could have done just about anything other than adding another Su to the game. They could have gone with a Su-24, which would have been head and shoulders above the MiG-27K, because it's a strike interdictor. Instead, we're getting another Su, basically a Su-25 with some upgrades. Yeah. Not really that interested. Now, the Su-25T is definitely got some interesting additions, like the IR countermeasures right here, and the camera in the nose to be able to launch TV guided bombs. Great. For close air support, that's going to be awesome. It's also got a new gun, apparently, which you see right here. It is the Gish 30-2 cannon, 200 rounds. But it fires at a rate of 3,000 rounds a minute, which means you've got less than probably about 10 seconds of fire. Which means be accurate. Otherwise, don't waste your time. They also have a bunch of new weapons. The Vickers. And I think that's about the newest weapon they've got. Oh, they've got the high drag bombs also, as well as the guided bombs. So, you now have a more up-to-date Su-25T, and its twin, the Su-39. And yeah, I do believe that's a twin. I don't think there's anything really different other than that radar right there, which may or may not be useful depending upon whether whether you are able to use it in a locking ground targets to fire semi-active radar homing ground attack missiles. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but it is what it is. Otherwise, it's just a pimple on the bottom of your plane that adds additional weight and drag. I think maybe if these two were reversed, put the 29 or the 39 over here and the 25T over here, 6 of one, half a dozen of another. Technically, the Su-39 has more advantages than the 25, although neither one of them is that advantageous. Great Britain, not a whole lot going on there. Actually, nothing. Same pretty much goes for the Japanese. China gets the J-8F, which is an improved J-8B, which means you're getting better missiles. And China getting the first 40G missiles is like telling the Western nations, here's a thumb in your eye. Screw Gaijin, screw China. Straight up. Tornado ADV going to Italy. That should have been there a while ago. But they couldn't add too many Tornado ADVs to the game all at once. They had to wait. Yay. France. Mirage 2005F. Honestly, not a bad plane. It's like all the Mirages as far as I'm concerned. They're good. They're not super good. Their weapons are good. They're not super good, except the Magic 2s. And they're French. That's about all I've got to say about that. Sweden. AJS 37. The improved Viggen. Actually has a drop tank. The plane is an improved Viggen. More capable of ground attack as well as air-to-air. And then there's Israel, and Israel got Bupkis. So you're probably wondering, why am I wasting my time going through all this? Because I am going to show you the most overpowered addition to this game. The BF-2C1 Curtiss Goshawk. The new reserve Navy fighter for the United States. Yep, I said it. Reserve Navy fighter. Probably the earliest iteration of a plane with retracting landing gear. It's got 2 rifle caliber machine guns, basically 30-06s. For those of you that don't know what a 30-06 is, it's a 7.62 by 54, not a 7.62 by 51. It isn't the fastest plane, 248 miles an hour, but it's still a biplane. One of the last of the biplanes being put into U.S. Navy service. I think it was followed by the FF and the F2F and the F3F. Yep, F3F. Grumman did 3 of them, which were biplanes. That would have been the FF, the F2F, and the F3F. Once they built the F3F, they realized that monoplanes were going to take over, and that's when they built the F4F, which was actually an F3F3, but they realized that it was much more improved than the F3F, so they redesignated it the F4F. Also at that time, the F2As were out and about. So here you have the pinnacle of biplane reserve for the United States Navy. Technically, it's the only reserve aircraft for the United States Navy. And we'll take it out for a short test flight spin. With a full tank, you have 1 hour and 37 minutes of flying time, which you will never need. So let's see what we can do. We can cut that down to 30 minutes, or we can actually go to the minimum load, which is 29 minutes. There are no flaps, and the acceleration is exactly as you are seeing it. Horrible. You have to be careful with this plane because the ship moves underneath it faster than the acceleration of the plane. And you can do this. Raise the gear. Isn't that spectacular animation? Oh my God. See those wheels get tucked in nicely alongside. There you go. Nice and aerodynamically smooth. And it turns on a dime. Yeehaw! Yep. And it's going to take us a while to get to those ground targets. Funny thing, no air targets to go chasing after with this. Massively overpowered. Wonder who they're talking to when they're talking to number 3, because this is number 15. Woohoo! Let's see if we can blow up a howitzer. Chances are with two 7.62 machine guns, I might be able to, but I doubt it. Wow! Got one! Yeah, this is what you would call a true reserve aircraft. I think I-15s will take it apart like a boned chicken. But I am actually glad to see the Goshawk come to the game. It's not a bad plane. It's just not a plane that's going to be of much value in the game. For somebody just starting the game, you're not going to have a lot of fun flying this plane. But reserve planes are not meant to be fun. They're meant to be beginners. Teach you the very, very basics of how to play the game. And yeah, this thing will float like a leaf. And I strongly recommend not hitting the gas or the brake. But there you have it, the Goshawk. Probably the second most ugly plane in the United States lineup, in my opinion. For those of you who are of the differing opinion, well, you can have your opinion and keep it. This be terrible. But for those of you that enjoy your biplanes, this will be your plane of choice for your masochistic views. Let's see what takeoff. 50, 70, hey, 70 miles an hour, and this thing is in the air. Actually, there's probably about 65. I gotta say, it does accelerate. Just not very fast. Well, that was interesting. I don't know what it was, but all right. I've had enough fun with this. This is Subdued signing out. Y'all have a pleasant today, a better tomorrow. We'll catch you in the sky in Air Realistic on the good maps, of which the Goshawk will never ever see them. Subdued. Out!